everybody. So glad to bring to you a big Mem Fox Duo of fabulous classics. The brilliant Koala to talk about, you know, how to get over not being the winner every time. And she had a problem and she found a solution. The awesome story. And the next one, everybody's favorite, is Possum Magic. And see her beautiful stars? We're going to make some stars today too. So thanks so much for joining me on this Mem Fox Classic Duo. And I have a new camera, so it's been a bit of a testing time for me today. But I'd love to say hello to my dear friends Kobe and Missy and Ranger. How are you going all the way up there from Grafton? Hope you're doing well. Hi Amalia, how are you going? You watching on? Hi Addie and Rex and Olivia. Hi Olivia from down in Melbourne. Hi, how are you? Hope you're doing well and you're getting ready for school, I believe. Big year for you ahead next year. And Jasmine. Hi Jazz, how you going? So there we go. We've got a few viewers on tonight, and please feel free to say hello in the chat so I can say hello back to you. So I'm going to start tonight with Koala. And Koala is a great, lovely story. So I'm going to sit down tonight. I'll just fix my camera a little bit. I hope that's working for us. And here we go. Koala by Mem Fox, and the brilliant Pamela Lofts. She was the illustrator, so she actually did all the drawings for us and made it so magical to read. It's beautiful inside. There she is, Koala. She got her joggers on. Whoa, off she goes. Now here we go. Koala. Just line it up for you. Maybe give it a little twist. Is that better? Oh, gotta go this way. Okay. There was once a baby koala, so soft and round that all who saw her loved her, and her name was Koala. And here she is with her beautiful big eyes. The emu loved her, the platypus loved her, and even tough little Koala Claus next door loved her. See that beautiful butterfly? It's really pretty. But it was her mother who loved her most of all. 100 times a day she would laugh and shake her head and say, Koala, I do love you. Your mummy say that? Whenever she stretched in the morning sun, or climbed a gum tree, or bravely went down the track all by herself, her mother would smile and say, Koala, I do love you. The years passed and other koalas were born, brothers and sisters for Koala. Soon her mother was so busy she didn't have time to tell Koala that she loved her, although, of course, her mother really did, like all her babies. Every night, as she curled up under the stars, Koala thought about the times when her mother had looked at her and said, Koala, I do love you. And she longed for her to say it again. One night, Koala had a splendid idea. Preparations had begun for the Bush Olympics. She would enter the Olympics. She would compete in the gum tree climbing event, and she would win. And her mother would fling her arms around her neck and say again, Koala, I do love you. Koala began her training right away. She jogged and puffed and lifted weights and panted. She hung from a branch with one claw at a time till she ached. She did push-ups till her tummy hurt, and last of all she climbed the tallest tree that she could find over and over again. Wow, she's getting really strong. Sometimes her mother would watch her and ask, "How are you going, Blossom?" "Fine, just fine," Koala Lou would reply. Oh, there she is, way up high in the tree. Can you see? At last, the day of the Bush Olympics arrived. Look, everyone's come out to watch. All come to see. All the Australian bush animals are there to see. Koala Claus had also entered the gum tree climbing, and everyone knew how fast she was. But Koala Lou, she wasn't scared. She saw her mother in the crowd and imagined her saying again, "Koala Lou, I do love you," her heart filled with hope. There she is. "Got it, Mum," she says. It was Koala Claus who went first. She climbed. Her climb was a record-breaking 22 metres in 70 seconds flat. The spectators whistled and cheered, "Woo!" and wildly waved their hats in the air. "Woo! Koala Claus!" "Can I do better than that?" thought Koala Lou. "Oh, I must, I must." As she stepped towards the tree, a hush fell over the crowd. "On your mark," said the kookaburra. "Get set, go!" Koala Lou leapt up onto the tree. Up and up and up she climbed, higher and higher and higher, faster and faster and faster, until there was, right at the very top, the spectators roared and clapped and stamped their feet. Hooray! But she wasn't fast enough. In spite of all her training and all her hoping, it was Koala Claus who won the gum tree climb. Koala Lou came second. Koala Lou went off and hid. She heard the shouts of the Bush Olympics and cried her little heart out. She's there in a tree and she's crying. She's so sad she didn't win. She tried so hard, but she didn't win. But was it about winning? Let's see. When the first stars of evening appeared in the sky, Koala Lou crept home through the dark and up into the gum tree. Her mother was waiting for her. Before she could say a word, her mother had flung her arms around her neck and said, "Koala Lou, I do love you. I always have. I always will." And she hugged her for a very long time. Isn't that lovely? Because trying, there's a little word called try. And that's what she did. She had a problem. Her mum was very busy with all her brothers and sisters. And she thought, how can I get Mum's attention? So she did something special. And she got fit, didn't she? She exercised, she had fun exercising, she made friends with all the town, and they watched her climb. And, to get to the top of that tree, that was huge. That was such a hard job. It was such a hard job. And if she wasn't in a race, she was a winner because she made it to the top of the tree. But she didn't get there fast enough, faster than the other koala. But that was okay, because the important thing is she learnt how to do it. So she's got some skills. She has the knowledge of what to do next time. And she can do that again, and next time she might actually win. You never know, because that's if at first you don't succeed, try and try again. That's what you do. So, that's a really good story. Now, the other thing I found that with my friends at kindy sometimes, they say to me, it's my turn, it's my turn. When's it my turn? So if we've got a person here, can we see this? Maybe I'll use black text a bit better. I got a person here. Hello. Hello. And I got a person here. Hello. And I've got another person over here. Oh, here I am. I'm here. Hi. And then I've got another person over here. So I've got another person. It's a fuzzy haircut. Hey, how you doing? Hi. So they're all going to have a turn. So while one person is having a turn, one person, 1, 2, 3 people are waiting. What can these 3 people do while this person is having their turn? They can clap, they can cheer them on, and they say, go, 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 and they can be interested. And while they're watching this person have their turn, they might actually learn something for when it's their turn. So he's had his turn, and so now this person's going to have their turn. This person. So then 1, we go 1, 2, 3 people are watching. So what can these 3 people do while he's having his turn? They can clap, cheer them on, be interested, be a friend. That's supporting a friend, and they might learn something for when it's their turn. So pay attention, watch, listen, learn, and you get the knowledge, get the skills because you practice, and you keep going. That's what we do. That's life. So don't be upset if it's not your turn, because you will get a turn. Because 4 turns have to happen before it's your turn. Or should I say 3 turns happen, and then it's your turn. So everybody gets a go. So whatever is happening has to happen 4 times, over and over again. 4 times it happens, so everybody gets a go. And that's what we do. That's having a go. So I thought I might bring out my pencil and show you guys how to do a star. Well, this is my pencil, but I'm going to use my texter because I think you will see it better. So how do I hold my pencil? That's the important thing tonight, isn't it? Here's my pencil, okay? Here's my pencil. So in my pencil, I hold it in my fingers. Yeah? I hold it in my fingers. And this top finger goes down the stem of the pencil. And wherever this point, is this your pointy finger? This is my pointy finger. So wherever this finger points, that's where my pencil's going to go. And these other guys, they're just there to hold it. So a way to learn how to hold your pencil is pretend it's a rocket. Okay? You pretend it's a rocket and it's tall. And then you flip it up, get it ready in the landing zone. And then I have 2 fingers, and my 3rd finger goes underneath to support it. Now when I hold it, I'm only this close, like 2 little fingers close to the end. If I hold it up here, it's not a paintbrush, so I can't hold it up here. I can't control it very well if I'm up there. So writing letters, I need to hold it closer. So remember, hold your rocket in your fingers. Hold your rocket in your fingers, and then swing it around and rest it here. So this is like the cradle, and you rest it here, just like that. And then this finger goes under the bottom to support it. 1, 2, 3. So that's how I hold my pencil. So when I hold my, so this is not my pencil. This is my hairbrush. So this is not how I hold my pencil. And this is my spoon. But this is not how I hold my pencil. This is how I hold my spoon. When I eat my dinner, I might hold my fork. But this is not how I hold my pencil. When I hold my straw, I hold it like this in my fingers to drink, but that's not how I hold my pencil. When I have my cereal in the morning, I hold it like this, nice and strong, so I can get a big scoop, but that's not how I hold my pencil. When I pick up my ruler or my keys, here's my keys. I can put them in the lock and turn them, but that's not how I hold my pencil. And here's my banana, but you know, that's not how I hold my pencil. If your hands need to get stronger to hold your pencil properly, there's some things that you can do, like you can have a bag and you can squeeze it and squeeze it and squeeze it and squeeze it. And if you have toys in the bathtub, little bottles and things, you fill them with water and you squeeze them out and fill them out and squeeze them out. And that's really good for making your hands nice and strong. And then if you also have someone to play with, I dropped it, you got a pajama cord, you get your pajama cord and somebody gets the other end and you pull and you pull and you pull and you pull. And it's a really fun way to make your hands strong and your arms here, make them strong so that you can have control over your pencil. All these little fine motor things, this is fine motor. Running is like gross motor, it's like big motor, but little motor in your fingers. Tongs, excellent. Picking up little things and moving them from here to there, all of that is fine movement, and the fine movement is important for for your pencil grip. And all the little bits of practice that you do all throughout the year, they all go towards helping you have better pencil grip. So once you got a grip of your pencil, you can draw some stars, just like in Possum Magic, which we'll watch soon. So how am I going to draw a star? Do you know what this shape is? 1, 2, 3, 4. If I put those lines together, what shape do you think it might be? Do you want to put it in the chat? I'll have a look. There we go. Hello, Helena and Luca and Nikki. Hi, and Bella and Shah. Hello, and Maria and Neva. Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. I'm having fun tonight. You enjoying the story? Do you know what shape that is that I put up there? I think you might. Is a square. But what happens if I give it one more dot? I'm going to give it a dot up here. Now, so when you put 4 dots to make a square, I'm going to show you how to turn that into a star. Are you ready? Start at the top and we go straight down to the bottom. All the way to the bottom. We go over here, push, pull, whoops, and push. And you have a star. 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Will we do it again? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 on top in the middle. You ready? From the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can practice this over and over again and get really quick at it. And you can do big ones. And you can do small ones. And you can do sideways ones. And upside down ones. You can do them all over the place. And then you know what you can do? You can get your special colours and you can colour them in. And that helps practice with your, that helps you practice your pencil grip, doesn't it? You can colour them in. And that'll look really, really pretty. You make your own stars. Do you remember? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is how you practice. After a little while you won't need the dots. And you can count to 5. Can you count to 5? You can count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. From the top. Pull, push, push, pull, push. That's how you do it. And draw a smaller one. 1 on top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there you go. You can put a couple of lines and make them look like they're shooting stars. Off they go. That was a bit of fun. Now, Possum Magic, she has a whole string of stars. Did you see her stars? They're so pretty. So I thought I would show you how to make a whole string of stars. So I have a big piece of paper, and the trick is in the folding. So I had a piece of white paper and I painted it. Okay, so I painted it pretty just for you. So when I want to fold it, this is the trick. So I fold it down, fold. Now see how big that bit is? That's where I've got to fold it again. But I'm not going to roll it. I'm not going to keep going the same way. I have to go back the other way, like a fan. And then I fold it. Okay? And then I put it down and I fold it. And then I come back the other way and I fold it. And I use my fingers to make a nice edge. Okay? And I've got a nice edge. And now if I open it up, it looks all zigzaggy. See? It looks all zigzaggy. Just like that. So if I keep it, so once I've got it all zigzaggy, then I can draw my star on top. Okay, ready? I can put a point at the top, and then I can put 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 5 at the top. And then I can draw it, but maybe you might use a pencil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now you've got your lines and you know how to cut it. Now the trick is, if you want all the stars in a big long row, see these points? Okay, don't cut them to a fine point. See how they're on the fold like that? That's where they're going to join the next star behind, and they're all going to string together. It might take you a couple of times to have a practice so that you remember how to do it. But here's one I started earlier so I could show you, okay, how it's going to go. And I cut out a little bit. Now remember, when we're cutting, elbow into your body, thumb to the ceiling. Wherever you point the scissors, that's where they're going to cut. So here we go. I'm going to cut. Let's see how I'm leaving. I'm not going to go right on the edge where that point is, because if I do that, they won't stick together. So I open it up a bit and leave a little edge. See that? Just a little bit. And I cut along there, and I cut down here. Take that away. See how many there are. See how many there are. Look. Look how many there are. There are so many. There are so many. There's a lot of stars. Wow. And my paper wasn't long enough, so I just used some sticky tape to make it bigger. So there you go. I have so many stars. I don't know how many I have. Might just pop them up on the wall and we can read our next story. Here we go. There we go. Oh, we count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little stars. All in a row. Pretty. Now where's my Possum Magic? Are you still with me? How you going? A star, a pentagon. Ah, very good, Yasmina. You're right. A 5-sided shape is called a pentagon. And yeah, it was a square, but then it was a star. There's a magical way to make a star. So easy. I've been doing those stars for a lot of years. Are you ready? Here comes some bedtime stories. So I'm sitting on my cozy chair. So you sit on your cozy chair and snuggle up and be comfy, and we will have a little bit of Possum Magic to end the night. Here we go. So Possum Magic is written by Mem Fox and Julia Vivas. She was the fabulous illustrator, and didn't she do a good job drawing? She does such pretty pictures. And even down here it says an Australian classic. Do you know why it says an Australian classic? Because it's an Australian story. It's got our possums in it. Here we go. It's a brand new book, you know. So it's a bit tight on the spine. Possum Magic. Possum Magic. For Chloe and Kate. Once upon a time, but not very long ago, deep in the Australian bush lived two possums. Their names were Hash and Grandma Poss. Hash and Grandma Poss. And there's their house up in the big old gum tree. Grandma Poss made bush magic. She made wombats blue and kookaburras pink, and she made dingoes smile and emus.
Got it, but first
sing.
you'll have to unlock your device.
Excuse me. I don't know what that did. My phone's talking to me, excuse me. So she made dingo smile and emu stink. The best magic of all was, do you know? Wow, look at the magic she makes. The magic that made Hush invisible. It's not there anymore. Going, gone. What adventures Hush had. Because she couldn't be seen, she could be squashed by koalas. Oh, she's pulling her tail out. She's pulling her tail out from under Koala's bottom. This is fun. Because she couldn't be seen, she could slide down kangaroos. She could slide down their tails. Big slip dip. Because she couldn't be seen, she was safe from snakes, which was why Grandma Poss made her invisible in the first place. But one day, quite unexpectedly, Hush said, "Grandma, I want to know what I look like. Please, could you make me visible again?" "Oh, of course I can," said Grandma Poss, and she began to look through her magic book. She looked into this book, and she looked into that book. There was magic for thin, there was magic for fat, there was magic for tall, there was magic for small, but the magic for she was looking for wasn't there at all. Oh dear, little Hush is going to stay invisible forever. Grandma Poss looked miserable. "Don't worry, Grandma," said Hush. I don't mind." But in her heart of hearts, Hush did mind. All night Grandma Poss thought and thought. The next morning, just before breakfast, she shouted, "It's something to do with food. People food. Not possum food, but I can't remember what it is. We'll just have to try and find it." So later that day, they left the bush where they'd always been to find what it was that would make Hush be seen again. They ate Anzac biscuits in Adelaide, Mornay and Minties in Melbourne, steak and salad in Sydney, and pumpkin scones in Brisbane. Hush remained invisible. "Don't lose heart," said Grandma Poss. "Let's see what we can find in Darwin. Darwin's right up the top of Australia, up the top and in the middle. It was there in the far north of Australia that they found a Vegemite sandwich. And Grandma Poss crossed her claws and crossed her feet, and Hush breathed in deeply, and he began to eat. A tail, shouted both possums at once, for there it was, a brand new visible tail. Oh, wow, he's got his tail. Later on a beach in Perth, they ate a piece of pavlova. Hush's legs appeared, and so did her body. You look wonderful, you precious possum, said Grandma Poss. Next stop, Tasmania. And over the sea they went. I don't think they would have to see the umbrella. In Hobart, late one night in the kitchens of the casino, they saw a lamington on a plate. Hush, she closed her eyes and had a nibble. Grandma Poss held her breath and waited. It worked, she cried. And she was right. Hush could be seen from head to tail, and Grandma Poss hugged Hush, and they both danced. Here we go round the lamington plate till early in the morning. Yippee! She can be seen. She knows what she looks like now. From that time onwards, Hush was visible. But once a year, on her birthday, she and Grandma Poss ate a Vegemite sandwich, a piece of pavlova, and half a lamington, just to make sure Hush stayed visible forever. And she did. There you go. Isn't that lovely? And you know what? Both these books, what happened to little Hush? She was invisible and she was having a lot of cheeky fun. Not, sliding down the kangaroo's tail, and she was having a really good time. But when she wanted to have a change, it didn't work. But they didn't give up. They kept trying, and they tried. So both these stories, the koala and the possum, they both had a problem, and they both found a solution because they kept trying. It's a 3-letter little word, and it's just about having a go and keep trying. Doesn't matter what, you try. This is how you spell try. You ready? It's just a T, R, Y. Simple as that. Try. If at first you don't succeed, you try and try again. And that's what everybody does. You know that you guys couldn't walk once upon a time. You couldn't even run. But you didn't give up. You just kept trying. And look at how fast you are now. You can run so quick. You can jump and you can hop and you can skip and you can climb. All those things because you didn't stop trying. You kept doing it. And that's what you keep doing. You just keep trying. So I really hope you had a great time tonight. And here, Fatima, hi, how are you? Thanks for joining us. It's been lovely sharing these Australian classics with you. And I really hope that you had a good time, and good night. Stay well and keep trying. Good night.